Good news for all you athletes out there. Spring sports are now allowed to host a 4-week conditioning clinic from September the 14th through October 9th. Coaches will be reaching out to current athletes with their specific workout schedule. If you're new or have any questions, please email Mr. Powell. You will be required to have an updated physical on file before you can participate. Information about fall and winter sports will be coming out soon, so stay tuned. Hey, all you juniors and seniors out there. Virtual college visits start September 23rd. Please go to the PHS Counselors group on Schoology and look under Resources to see the calendar and to sign up for schools that interest you. Any questions? Please email Miss Crowley in guidance. And finally, some news from the front office. That's right, Miss Ikaza and Miss Shepard wanted everyone to know that if you have a doctor's note to turn in, you can take a picture of it and email it to either of them or drop it in the conveniently placed drop box at the high school. Any questions? Please contact either Miss Ikaza or Miss Shepard for more information. That's it from the bunker on Bean. On with the show. Let's go.
As I'm sure you know, recently Chadwick Boseman passed away due to colon cancer, but his legacy as an actor will forever be remembered. Chadwick Boseman was a superhero on screen in Black Panther, and as it turns out, a superhuman off screen as well. He battled cancer privately while playing one of the most iconic African American characters in movie history. He also played several other iconic African American characters in films, from Jackie Robinson in 42 to James Brown in Get On Up. His legacy will forever be remembered in the films he starred in and the person he was off camera. But to the Patuxent student staff, how will he be remembered? We asked a few students and staff members what they thought, and this is what they had to say.
Well, as more than just an actor, he was an activist, and everything that he did, he really gave 110%. If you look at all the different roles that he played, everything from Jackie Robinson in 42 all the way up through T'Challa in Black Panther, he embraced much more than just a movie role. He took on each one of those knowing that there was bigger societal implications behind it. And to handle each one of them with such class and dignity that he did, it really just shows the kind of character that he had.
It was important for him to play those roles, not anyone else, because I feel like he deserved it. Coming up through Anderson, South Carolina, and going to Howard University, I feel like putting in the work should get you far, and that's exactly what he did.
Actors aren't only mentally strong, but they're also physically strong. He had to go through pain and suffering in Jackie Robinson when he did 42. And so it made us realize what everything that used to happen.
Hey, Pax Nation. My friend Brady Powell reached out to me and said, hey, could you do me a solid? I'm doing a segment on WPHS on famous actor, and asked if I'd, give him some info. And it's on Chadwick Boseman, that most of you guys know him from his major role as T'Challa from Black Panther. Now, a lot of you guys would think that I'd just be a fan of Black Panther for the obvious reasons. Number one, I'm black. Number two, I'm a Patuxent Panther, so the two kind of go together. However, that's not the case. Great movie, but that's not the case. I love the movie, but I am a big fan of Chadwick Boseman. And as you guys know, he recently passed away from colon cancer. It's big in the news. A lot of people are aware of it through social media. Now, he was a really good actor. And most of you guys know him specifically from the Black Panther role of T'Challa, but he also played like a lot of really prominent African-American, somewhat controversial roles for film. He was Thurgood Marshall in the film Marshall. He was Jackie Robinson in 42, played Floyd Little in the Ernie Davis story. I'll let you research that on your own. But he played a lot of roles. He turned down a lot of other prominent movies to play these roles that were more socially conscious. I did not know him personally, but most people didn't, because with famous actors. But from my research and what I gathered, he seemed to be a genuinely good guy. When he was battling cancer, no one knew. So like for these last 4 years, when he's doing all these great movies, he was just grinding it out and doing his thing. Wasn't looking for anybody to give him any pity or anything. It's like, oh, hooray for you. You're doing these things where you're going through this stuff. Reminds me a lot of the challenges that many of you guys might face. That there's, not that it's as serious as cancer, but a lot of you guys are working through things and doing your best to make do in a very difficult situation. So while I was a big fan of his movies, the actor Chadwick Boseman, I was much more of a fan of the man, or at least from my research and what I gather about him, that he was a really good guy, that he was socially conscious, that he tried to do his best in his movies to give a different spin on some things that people may not have knew or may not have taken the time to research to find out. So that's my piece. I hope it helps out my boy Brady. And I hope that this segment is kind of like him and it's a big hit. He knocks this one out the park. And I miss you guys. Hope that you are staying safe and doing well.
Hello, and welcome to the JJ Show. Yes, I do have a toy belt. It was a waste of money. Anyway, quarantine was a very weird time, I would say, especially for me, and I bet it was for a lot of you guys out there. We weren't able to see our friends, at least in person, and it gets a little lonely, you know? But I will say, if there was one friend that I made during these past few months, it would definitely be with Alexa. Any of you guys have an Alexa, and I understand not everyone has one. These are some amazing things that you can do with your Alexa. So let's get right into it. Now, if you're bored, just laying around, nothing to do, because, you know, it's quarantine, and you just want to listen to some tunes, you can actually ask Alexa to choose a daily music pick. Alexa, what is the daily music pick?
Here's something I found on the web. According to popstars.com, the combined scores for music sources and album are relatively low at 60%.
I don't care.
By the way, you have one new notification.
Cool.
When you see the yellow light ring on your device, it means you have a notification or message.
I don't really care.
Just say,
just play the freaking song! Now, if you've been feeling lonely, just sitting in your room moping because you can't talk to any friends, and you just wanna laugh, you can ask Alexa to tell you a joke. But why would you do that when you have me? Get this. Why can't the bike stand on its own? Because it's too tired. Get it? It's too tired. It's too tired. It's too tired to stand up. Okay. Alexa, tell me a joke.
what happened when the math teacher gave out extra homework?
I cried.
The addition caused division to multiply.
That was so not funny. Get out of here. And the last, but certainly not least, coolest thing that you can do with your Amazon Alexa is actually play games with her. One of the games I played is rock, paper, scissors. And I tell you right now, it's actually really hard to beat a robot that's programmed to choose. Wait a minute. Alexa, let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, here's rock, paper, scissors. Let's play. At the count of 3, say rock, paper, or scissors.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go.
Rock.
Tie.
What?
I dare you to play scissors. More,
Dare me to
please.
play-
Ready, set, go.
Scissors.
Ahem. How about we play something different next time? Paper, rock, or scissors.
Paper.
Tie. Hey,
Tie?
how-
Hi there, it's me. Yep, new shirt, new me. Anyway, that is some cool things that you guys can do with your Amazon Alexa. If you guys don't have one, you gotta get one. All right, especially during these times because, well, she's everyone's best friend. So, yeah, get you one. Have a great day.
As everyone knows, the global pandemic going on, known as COVID-19 or coronavirus, has flipped our whole world upside down. What started as 2 weeks off of school led to a month and the closure of non-essential businesses. Then the rest of the school year. And now 6 months later, here we are, starting the year online with hopes of returning soon. Although most places have opened back up for business, life is still far from what it once was. As of September 10th, there have been over 114,000 confirmed cases in our state of Maryland, with only 843 of those cases coming from our county. Even with that number being as small as it is, this virus is still very serious. I think I can speak for everyone when I say I wish things would go back to normal, and that starts with every single one of us. Wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, don't go to gatherings of more than 10 people. We are all in this together, Pax Nation. We will get through this if we all play our part.
COVID-19 has stopped us from being in school and having a fall season this year. Lots of coaches and players have had a hard time with preparing for the possibility of there being a season early next year. Also, with there not being a fall season, lots of mindsets have changed for all the fall sports. So this week, I have Coach Allen and quarterback Adam Commodore talking to me about how it has affected them. So, Coach, has your mindset changed at all about how things will be how they'll be ran this year?
Yeah, you kind of have to go in with a different mindset, just knowing that there's going to be limitations on the things that we can do. As much as we want it to run as smoothly and efficiently as it normally does, we know that as a coaching staff and as a team, we're going to have to make some adjustments in order to keep everybody safe and healthy, which is our number one priority. But just because things are going to have a little bit different mindset doesn't mean that we are going to take our foot off the gas pedal anytime soon.
Okay, and with there not being a fall season right now, do you think the team can still produce a season like they had last year?
Absolutely. If we get the opportunity to play in the spring, which we're keeping our fingers crossed right now, I think that this team has the ability to do even better things than we did this past fall. I can't tell you how grateful I am to the class of seniors that we just had graduate that really were able to turn us around and put us back on the winning path and bring home another SMAC championship. But I have no doubt in my mind that the group of kids that we have right now that are ready to strap it up are going to be bringing back another title and hopefully get even deeper into the playoffs this year.
So, Adam, what have you been doing to prepare for the possibility of having a season early in 2021?
I've just been working out every day, finding a new way to get better every day, whether it's watching new film, old film, bunch of games from last year, NFL games, college games, just anything I can do to get better and further myself in being a better quarterback and football player.
Have you been doing anything on your own, or has it all been with other people?
I've worked out. Luckily, I haven't had to work out on my own that much this offseason. I've always had a teammate with me, getting chemistry better. A lot of the times it's been Trent and Justin this offseason, so excited to see what next season can hold.
All right, so also, will anything you do or how you play change with the cancellation of the season in the fall?
I mean, man, I just hope to ball out. Even though the season's been canceled, I just want to play. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where or how. Just want to play football.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
On this day, 19 years ago, the United States of America was struck with the second significant attack on American soil in history. The first being Pearl Harbor in 1941, and the second being the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. Every American knows exactly where they were when they found out about these attacks, and that speaks volumes about this country's unity. It was a devastating blow at the American ideal. 2,996 people lost their lives on that day. More people lost a loved one. Never forget. This saying goes out not only to the people that lost their lives, but also the first responders that put themselves in harm's way to save lives. These first responders stand as what it means to be an American. 20 years later, recovering from a tragedy like this brought our country together. I think that especially in times like this where our nation is so polarized and divided, it is important to never forget. It is important to remember what this country has gone through, and it is important to honor the people who would put their lives on the line to help others. I would like to take a moment of silence to honor the lives lost on this day 19 years ago.